The C'Tan. Fractured pieces of the Star Gods. Iconic powerhouses. But are they any good? And should they be? In this video I'm going to review all the Necron C'Tan, I'm going to tell you what's good about them and pick the best one. There are 4 C'Tans available and there are some general positives and negatives. The best bits are they all have a 2+ ballistic skill and weapon skill. Each except the Transcendent C'Tan knows a specific power and one other. All have living metal, which means they regain 1 wound per turn, 4+ invuln, and they can only lose 3 wounds per phase, which is going to mean they're going to stick around for a while. Each of them has additional special abilities which I'll go through, and they can all use 2 powers. Some negatives though, although they are characters, they don't benefit from Lookout Sir, so they can be targeted. They can't take Warlord traits or relics, and you can only have 1 per detachment. All seems pretty sensible considering how powerful these guys actually are. Situationally, C'Tans can explode on a 4+ and deal D3 mortal wounds, so make sure when they're about to die they're mixing it up with the enemy. They have access to the powers of the C'Tan, which are actually really strong abilities. They're used in the movement phase and they can't be denied. I'm not going to go through all of the details, just the specific ones per C'Tan. Right, just a quick look at each of the C'Tan. The Deceiver, 350 points, it's a melee only model, and it's actually the least powerful in melee of the C'Tan. -1 to hit. Its particular ability is at the start of the battle it can redeploy 3 units or put 3 units in strategic reserves. The redeploy ability was broken in 8th, it's changed so that only works within your deployment zone, so it's not quite as strong. Its special power it knows is Cosmic Insanity, which is a 12-inch range. You roll off against your opponent's leadership with a d6, and it's 1 mortal wound for every point you exceed theirs. The Void Dragon, 350 points. It's a beautiful new model, and its focus is around anti-vehicle, although it could probably kill anything. One of its abilities is if you kill a vehicle, roll a d6, and on a 2+ you regain a lost wound. That's a maximum of 3 per phase. So when shooting, you draw a line to the target and roll a wound roll against each model that the line crosses. It's super powerful if you can line up that shot really well, although it's only 12 inches. It has strength 9 shooting and melee, so it will do damage to anything, so don't consider it just about vehicles. Its special power is Voltaic Storm, 18-inch range, on a 2+ deal D3 mortal wounds. This goes up to D6 for a vehicle, and it also causes auto bracketing for a turn. The Nightbringer is most expensive at 370 points, and it is such a powerful model. It only has melee, but it has 2 attacks, one which is a Horde Killer, 12 weaker attacks, or you can go for the big damage mode with 6 attacks. When the model wounds in melee, it ignores invulns and also ignores Feel No Pains. So up to -4 AP attacks, you're pretty much guaranteeing wounding. Its special power is the Gaze of Death, only 9 inches, but it is a melee model. Roll 3d6 and on 4+ you deal 3 mortal wounds. So that's a potential of 9 mortal wounds against a selected unit. The Transcendent C'Tan, the cheapest one at 270 points. It only has melee as well. It can only use 1 power, but it doesn't have a unique one. What it does have is its Fractured Personality set of abilities. You can either select 1 of the 6 or pick 2 by rolling randomly. Of these abilities, you can get things like 1 additional power to cast, wounds of 1 to 3 always fail, improved armor save up to 3+, this is probably the worst one. You can put it into Deep Strike, you can get +1 to strength and attack, taking it to strength 7 and 6 attacks. Or the last of the options is that each phase, units within engagement range can suffer mortal wounds. On a 4+ for each unit in engagement, you can deal 1 mortal wound, and also it takes -2 from the charge roll. Some general strats you just can't do without for the C'Tan. Strange Echoes for 1 CP, allows you to swap out a C'Tan power, really useful in the game because you can select one that's perfect for the situation. Entropic Strike for 2 CP, perhaps a little bit expensive, but in melee the opponent can't use invulns. The Nightbringer gets this for free anyway. And Dimensional Destabilization for 1 CP allows you to pick and use an extra C'Tan power that turn. And considering how good those powers are at dealing mortal wounds, that is actually really good. So in verdict, the Deceiver is probably the worst of the C'Tan. In 9th, it just doesn't stack up against the others. For smaller points games, the Transcendent C'Tan is a good option because of its abilities for its small cost. It's like being able to get a Cryptic for free. The Nightbringer and the Void Dragon are the best 2, and it's actually difficult to pick a single winner. It really depends how you intend to use them. The Void Dragon, more of an all-round model, particularly vicious against vehicles, and the Nightbringer needs to be up close and in melee, and will be devastating once there. Hope you're all using C'Tans in your list, let me know in the comments which one you prefer, and for all my other Necron content then check out this playlist. See you again soon, bye!